Hey, what's going on? It is Saturday afternoon, about 2. I'm standing on Soi Buakhao in the Pattaya area. I've stayed here at the Holiday Inn Express a bunch of times. There's probably nicer hotels, but for sometimes 35 bucks a night with a free breakfast. I think tonight, I paid $50, but this is kind of a busy weekend. We're coming off a holiday. And here's the Holiday Inn just up here on the right. I can walk from here to pretty much anywhere, and the bot bus for 10 baht I can get anywhere. But here's the Holiday Inn Express. The only issue is I am staying in one of these rooms, and when I checked in, I said I wanted one big queen bed as opposed to the two twins. And she said, that's fine, but you're on the street side. I normally ask to stay in the back of the hotel because these bars, they keep rocking until midnight, 1 in the morning, but 9 out of 10 times I'm out at 1 in the morning. But if you're a get home at 9 p.m. kind of guy and you're going to complain about the base, well then ask for a room in the back. Shouldn't be a problem. And there's also a 7-Eleven. You can see it down there on the right, 2 minutes away. And right next door from the Lucky's Bar is a Visa-run service, LR travel service. What does it say? Translation, marriage, tourist information, non-immigrant O visa, retirement visas. We speak English. Down this way, Jam Tien is where the immigration station is, and it's very popular to just drop your passport to one of these services and they'll run it over to Jam Tien and for a price, magically take care of any of your retirement needs. I did it myself in Bangkok. It's not impossible, but it is a learning curve, especially if you're on your own and you only speak English. They do speak English, but you're oftentimes talking in between a sheet of plexiglass. And like anywhere in Thailand, you can spend as little or as much as you'd like. Right here is the Money One room, 6,500 baht a month. It's going to be basic accommodations, but you're right in the center of town. Or you can spend 200 bucks a night at the Intercontinental or the fancy Marriott. It all depends on what you'd like to spend. Personally, I'm somewhere in the middle in the $40 IHG properties like the Holiday Inn Express. Plus, I have a deal where book 2 nights and I earn an additional 2,000 points. Plus, I'm IHG Platinum, so they give me another 1,000 points. Whatever. I stay there 3-4 times, and the next thing you know, I have 50,000 points. I can stay at an Intercontinental in Hua Hin or even Hong Kong for, I think Hua Hin's 14,000 points a night. That's a beautiful hotel. Hong Kong, 26,000, and that's way better than oftentimes the $300 a night they charge. Basically, I earn my points where it's cheap, and I spend my points where it's expensive. Hong Kong, Tokyo, etc. They used to call that mattress runs. Guys that wanted XYZ status in Hilton or Hyatt, they would oftentimes book the cheapest Hyatt, and back in the day, you didn't even have to check in. You just had to pay whatever it was, 40, 50, 60 bucks a night for the Hyatt in Tijuana. And the manager down there would let you book, say, 5 nights over the phone, pay, not even show up, and you would earn your 5-night stay. That sounds a little crazy unless you're a business traveler and you're on the road 90% of the time. Your company may only pay for the cheapest room, and then when you have the highest elite status, you show up and you're automatically upgraded or free cocktails, different cocktail lounges. So it's nice to have that status. Here's the 10 baht bus. Just get on the bus, don't talk to the driver, hit the buzzer, get off, and hand them your 10 baht. And I ducked into the Dynamite Bar here on Soi Buakhao. It's always kind of amazing to me. They have air conditioning running, yet it's an open bar. But there's so much competition for bars here in Pattaya. These ones that have the air conditioning, even if they're open like this, they can command a little bit more. I'm seeing 60 baht for San Miguel lights all over town. I'm paying 85. but I have this nice air conditioner blowing on me, so it's totally worth it to me. Things are definitely cheaper in Pattaya than they are in Bangkok, just the price of rent in Bangkok. I mean, oftentimes you'll pay, well, on happy hour, San Miguel's are like 90 baht in most bars, but it'll go up to 140. Where here, it's not uncommon to pay 60, 70 baht all day and all night. There's just so much competition. I know that's a little nickel dime, but it all adds up. Apartments, everything is just cheaper down here. There's just so much competition, and I don't know, everybody has to just keep going lower. Where Bangkok, it's kind of like, this is Bangkok, this is Ekka Mai, this is a Sok, this is the price, pay it or go someplace else. Where here, everybody's kind of fighting to get that dollar. I moved out of the air conditioning, but it's not too bad today. A little bit of a Gulf of Thailand breeze. This is Soi Buakhao. And right here, where you see that ninja taking a right, that is it Soi 15, I believe? Yeah, Soi 15, there's a sign. That's where you'll find the hideaway. Old schools might remember Kevin Thailand's meetups on, I think it was every Wednesday night. I was lucky enough to go to 3 or 4 of the meetups, different trips in town before Kevin passed away. It was a good time. All the, well, a lot of the expats that watched his channel, and I don't know how many people Kevin motivated to come over to Thailand, including me, just years ago, probably 2013, 2015, something like that, watching his videos, working. I knew I wanted to come over here, and I love California, but I was just up for a bit of an adventure. So I watched his videos and other people. I'm surprised I didn't end up here in Pattaya watching his videos, but I'm a big city guy. So make it work for yourself. And right now, Bangkok going on 2 years, it's perfect for me. I might end up at the beach at some point, who knows, Hua Hin or some more mellow place. Pattaya's just a little too crazy. I'd probably die if I lived here sooner than later, so that's not for me. But coming down here to party like it's Vegas once in a while, yeah, that's perfect. I try to control myself and not drink that much, but it's a little difficult when you're retired. I mean, you don't have to wake up and go to work. It's just real easy to be out running around late every night, and down in a party city like this. I'm sure if I lived here, I would be a little bit more mellow, but again, it's like living in Las Vegas and saying you're gonna stay out of the casinos and the 24-hour drinking. I mean, it's possible, but coming from such a disciplined life where working 6 days a week most of the time, 10 hours a day, yeah, once you hit retirement, it's on. Have a good time. There's nothing wrong with that, but I want to have a nice, healthy retirement. So I hit the gym as much as I can, and for me, Bangkok is a great fit. But Pattaya, Jomtien, Prakannak Hills, this area over here might be perfect for you. Other people head off to Isan in the more country areas of Thailand, or different areas altogether. Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos. All affordable choices. And my main bill is my rent. That's 19,000 baht. Could I go live someplace for 6,000 or 7,000 baht? Yes. Do I prefer spending the 19,000 to live in the area of town I want to be in a slightly larger? I live in a 52 square meter place. An 8,000 baht place is going to be 29, 30 square meter, maybe a mile or two from the train. I'm 5 minutes from the train, and I'm in twice the amount of real estate. Again, those are all personal choices, but I don't think it's unreasonable spending a little less than $600 on my place, and I like to be cool, so maybe 80 bucks a month on air conditioning going the entire time I'm in the apartment. It's not going right now. I'm not in there, but when I'm in there, yeah, there's at least one air conditioner going. Cell phone, internet, that's all cheap. The two combined are, I don't know, $30. And food, I probably spend more on going out than I should. I enjoy Thai food, but yeah, I'm not running to every Thai 30 baht food stand. I'll eat there. Don't get me wrong, I'm no snob, but 9 out of 10 times I'm in a restaurant paying 100 baht for that same Thai meal, yet I'm enjoying sitting in a nice, quiet family place. Or I'm in a more expat area, like an Irish pub or something like that. And those meals will oftentimes include 3 or 4 pints, so you got to factor in how much you're going to drink. So having that meal, 3 or 4 pints, yeah, that's 1,000 baht, 9 out of 10 times, or a little bit less. Call it 25 US dollars. Do that 3-4 times a week. That's going to add up. Again, do I have to do that? No. Can I go to the local supermarket and get a grilled chicken and eat that for 2 days and rice? Sure I can. But I'm just not putting myself on that much of a budget. And I'll say 9 out of 10 guys, my buddies over here, we all kind of do the same thing. We're all doing what we want to do. Every now and then we go crazy at a $80 steakhouse. But for the most part, it's about 10 bucks every time you go out for a meal and a couple of beers. So yeah, folks that think, well, I'm going to eat a $2 meal for lunch and a $2 meal for dinner, so that's my budget. Yeah, you better triple those figures. And that's probably a pretty good rule of thumb. You'll see that on YouTube often. Hey, figure out what you think your budget is going to be and then double it. If you think you're going to move over here on 1,000 US dollars a month, double it. $2,000 is probably what it's going to take when extra added expenses come in. And we're not even talking about unforeseen bills. I mean, I have US Blue Cross that works here in Thailand, so I'm lucky. I'm not too worried about having a huge medical expense. But if you're self-insuring or whatever you want to call it, different things could come up. I mean, you could fall off the back of a motorbike, and that's a $500, $1,000 bill if they need to put a pin in your arm. I don't know, maybe more. I don't know what that costs, but different things like that you have to factor in. Hey, and it's not all gloom and doom. I thought I would be spending about 4,500 US dollars, and I'm spending 3,000 to 3,500. So, and that's wasting money. I mean, I do what I want to do when I want to do it. If I want to go scuba diving, I go. If I want to go meet friends in Tahiti, I do it. I mean, there's some months that I spend a ton of money, and other months I don't spend that much money because, again, you're retired. You think when you're working and you have a precious few days off on the weekend, or you look forward to that next holiday, but when you retire and you have nothing but time, man, you blink your eyes and 30 days just went by and I didn't do anything. I just stayed in town, hit the gym, saw friends a couple of times, but boom, you know, you just switch into another gear where nothing but time. You think when I have nothing but time, all I'm going to do is spend money. I'm going to do this on Monday, this on Tuesday, this on Wednesday. But yeah, you get lazy pretty quick. And that's fine because when you're just hanging out, kind of being lazy, you're not spending a ton of money. If I were running around like I thought I would the second I retired, well, I'm going to be on the road 80% of the time. I love to travel. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I travel a lot, probably more than the average guy, but I'm probably on the road 30% of the time. And I'm just kicking back and relaxing the other 70%. Hey, and I'm not trying to tell anybody how to live their life. I'm not that guy. You spend your money any way you see fit. And yeah, if your only choice is a small Social Security check or pension from the UK, I'm not sure what it's called, and it's $1,000 a month, yeah, absolutely. Give it a whirl. Come on over. Just things are going to be a little bit tighter, but build up a little bit of a safety net. Again, I don't know too many people that come over and go totally broke and family has to give them money to get back home. I've never met anybody like that. I don't know, but just expect different little expenses to come up. Again, can you come over here and live on a frugal budget? I'm sure you can, but it's just not as much fun. Hey, and when you really think about it, 3,500 US is $42,000 a year. I know that's real money, but I made well over 100,000. I was lucky getting overtime and all, and I was just a working guy. I was a mailman my entire life, and I do have some pensions as a federal worker. If you do over 30 years, I had 4 years in the Navy, and shoot, I don't know how many years, 32, 33 as a mailman. So I was able to retire at 56 and get those pensions, including the Social Security that most people wait until 62 to get. I get 75% of it from age 56 until 62, and then it goes up to 100%. So I'm fortunate, but 42,000 is not a ton of money. I'm guessing that's probably the poverty level. If you make 42,000 and live in the US or the United Kingdom or whatever, you're poor. But 3,500, you live like a king over here in Thailand and many countries. Oh, I'd hate to maneuver this bus around the tight streets of Pattaya. Forget that. But 3,500 might sound like a lot of money when you're talking about living in Thailand, but really it's $42,000 and you live like a king. So call it 40,000, 50,000, whatever you'd like. You can live just getting by paycheck to paycheck, and probably not even that. You're probably not even, your paycheck's not even covering your bills for making 50 grand in most parts of the United States. But over here, you're living nice, you're doing anything you want to do, you're traveling anywhere you want to go. I do a lot of things like scuba diving. Well, scuba, it kind of costs what it costs. It doesn't matter if, I guess it's cheaper to go scuba diving here than say the Bahamas, but not much. If a 3-tank dive in the Bahamas is, call it $250, it might be $180 here. So it's not like you're diving for 30 bucks. And I love my country. I love the United States. I love San Diego, California. I have so many good friends there, relatives. I mean, I'm not one of these anti-US guys. Hey, I gotta get out of the US. I can't stand it anymore. I'm running off to Thailand. I'm not that guy at all. I love where I'm from. I'm sure most people watching this video, if you're in Australia or the UK or Ireland, different parts of Europe, you love where you're from. But coming over here, it's just kind of common sense. You just get so much more for your money. I mean, yes, it's hot. That's the only trade-off. But there are many parts of where I'm from, the U.S., that are also boiling hot. My good buddy Jeff down in Florida. I mean, I guess I'm technically Florida guy now. It's hot there in Florida. It's hot. It's sticky. It's humid. It's not much hotter over here. Just again at a fraction of the cost. Here's a little peek up Soy Bacau. My Holiday Inn Express is just up on the right, maybe, I don't know, 200 feet. Well, here you go. You want to move to Thailand and open a bar? All kinds of opportunities. What's the saying? Moving over here and buying yourself a job? That's not for me, and that's a tough job. I have a lot of respect for, and they all seem to be guys from the UK coming over and opening one bar, then 2 bars, then they have 3 bars. That sounds like a lot of work to me, but I have respect for anybody that does it. And here's my Holiday Inn Express. Yeah, it's nothing fancy, but it's super clean. And again, I'm all about my hotel miles. I can earn a ton of miles paying whatever it is, $38 a night here, and then cash them in more expensive properties around the world. Outdoors here, they have well, they had an omelet station this morning. Sometimes it's a soup station. I think during the week it's soup. And then behind those sliding doors is all kinds of options, from spaghetti to fruit and all the juices, coffees. And these Holiday Inn Expresses, breakfast is, I want to say 99% of the time included if you're booking through Agoda or Intercontinental Hotel Group, IHG. Make sure you click the breakfast. It's $1 or $2. I always pay for the breakfast, and Maybe I eat it 20% of the time. Still worth it. The other thing is the IHG credit card through Chase. If you're in the United States and that card might work for you, check out the link in the video description. I think I get 5,000 points, maybe 10, if I send them a customer. No extra charge to you. It's your basic deal. I don't know what the current offer is. Put $3,000, sometimes it's less, on the card within 90 days and receive a ton of IHG points. You have to do the math. If you are going to take a vacation, I always recommend to my buddies that are remodeling kitchens, on and on, well, get these 2-3 different credit cards, put all that expense on those cards, pay it off immediately so you don't pay interest, and you get yourself a free trip to Hawaii or Paris or whatever it is. I mean, these credit cards are amazing. You do have to put 3,000, 5,000, whatever it is, the case might be, on the card within, most of the time it's 90 days. And I'll get a credit card and put that 3,000 on it immediately, because normally I have some kind of an expense, and get my hotel or airline miles. I'm, again, just a mailman, but I like crossing the Pacific Ocean in business class way better than economy. Here's the fruit guy hanging out in front of the hotel. So hey, thank you so much for following along this little walk around Pattaya this Saturday afternoon. I appreciate everybody that watches and subscribes and gives me thumbs up, comments. That helps me a lot with YouTube. So you take it easy. Have a good afternoon.